Welcome back to CineSnap, where every frame tells a story. Today, we're exploring the 2009 horror mystery film Orphan. Spoilers ahead, proceed with caution. Kate and her husband John arrive at the hospital because she's in labor. She's wheeled away while John stays behind to sign her in. Suddenly, Kate starts bleeding. She wakes up in an operating room surrounded by medical staff. John isn't there yet. The atmosphere is eerie and terrifying. A nurse tells her that her baby has died. Kate is devastated. John finally enters and inexplicably starts filming the birth as though nothing is wrong. The nurse places the infant in Kate's arms. She screams and then wakes up in her bed. It was all a nightmare. She gets up, checks the scar on her belly in the bathroom, and takes a tablet. The next day, Kate has a therapy session with Dr. Browning. He explains that nightmares like hers are a normal response to the trauma of stillbirth. Kate wonders if her distress is due to the loss or her upcoming adoption. She admits she considered buying alcohol but ultimately didn't. Relating to the adoption, Browning tells her that only she can decide whether to go through with it. Later, Kate picks up her deaf daughter Max from school. While driving home, she is distracted at a stoplight and almost causes an accident. That evening, Kate is playing the piano and composing music. When she hears noise, she goes outside and sees Max bouncing a basketball against the wall. Kate scolds her. Max apologizes. John returns home with their son Daniel, and the three play basketball together. That night, Kate puts Max to bed. Max asks her to read a story about the baby that died, then asks if they'll get a new sister. Before bed, Kate takes another tablet. In bed, she and John discuss the adoption, and Kate decides they will go ahead. Sometime later, they arrive at the orphanage. Sister Abigail greets them and invites them to look around. Kate stays downstairs with the younger girls while John explores upstairs. He finds Esther painting in a room. Esther shares a captivating story about her painting, and Kate and Abigail join them. The girl reveals that she feels different because nobody talks to her, but the couple seems charmed. They consult Abigail about adopting Esther. Abigail tells them she's from Russia and that her previous caretakers died in house fire. She thinks Esther is wonderful and Kate agrees. 3 weeks later, they pick Esther up and say their goodbyes to Abigail. On the way home, Kate teaches Esther sign language. At the house, Max is excited. Esther introduces herself, asking how much Max can hear. Max explains she lip reads. Inside, they're greeted by Grandma, Barbara, and Daniel. That night, everyone gives Esther welcome gifts. Daniel doesn't and seems jealous when Esther gives John a big hug. Later, Daniel retreats to the treehouse with friends and flip through dirty magazines. Esther and Max play in the snow while Barbara and Kate talk about Max and Kate's desire to return to teaching. Barbara seems disappointed in Kate. That night, a storm brews. Kate gets ready for bed when she hears a noise. Esther has crept into Max's room. John and Kate are in bed when the girls knock and ask to join them. Esther wants to sleep next to John. The next morning, the family heads for school. Esther descends the stairs in a fancy dress, drawing laughs from the other kids. Kate checks whether she really wants to wear it. Esther says there's nothing wrong with standing out, and Kate lets her wear it. At school, Esther is welcomed by her teacher but teased by other kids. That day, Max and Esther play on a frozen lake until Kate shouts for them to stop. Meanwhile, Daniel shoots a bird with a paintball gun. Esther and Max go to him. Daniel is upset. Esther gives Daniel a rock, telling him to end its suffering. He refuses, so she does it. Later that night, Esther bathes. Kate sees a Bible stuck in Esther's drawer with a man's photo inside. At school, Daniel's friends tease him about Esther. He knocks Esther's books over, and another girl taunts Esther about her choker. Esther screams. Later, at home, Kate teaches Esther the piano and addresses the school incident. Esther refuses to discuss it. Kate gives her a scrapbook she's started, and Esther asks about the lost baby. Kate shares and shows her the place they scattered the ashes. After dinner, Kate and John make love in the kitchen. Esther appears silently watching. The next morning, Kate confronts Esther, who remains calm and uses the F word. Kate suggests therapy, but John thinks that's an overreaction. They go to a park while chatting with a neighbor who flirts with him. John's attention is divided. A bully approaches Esther and hesitates around her. Esther pushes the bully from a slide, breaking her leg. Max sees it. At dinner, John asks Esther about the incident. Max supports his story that the girl slipped. Before eating, both girls pray. Max has improved her sign language. Daniel insults Esther, prompting his parents to intervene. He storms out and curses, and John locks the three out. Later, at the store, Sister Abigail calls Kate. Esther refuses to speak to Abigail but listens via Mac's lip reading as Kate recounts the recent events. That night, Esther plays the piano perfectly. Kate's surprise. Esther admits she pretended ignorance for Kate's sake. That night, Kate and John argue about Esther. It escalates while Esther listens contentedly. One day, Sister Abigail visits and voices concern about Esther's past violent behavior. Esther overhears and runs to Max, begging for help so she won't be taken away. Kate is worried. John dismisses the concerns. Kate confirms they'll take Esther to therapy. Meanwhile, Esther breaks into John's safe, takes a revolver with one bullet. She leads Max to a bridge, pushing her toward traffic. Abigail races in and crashes. Esther finishes her off with a hammer. She and Max rolled Abigail's body away and hide the hammer. Esther tells Max they will go to jail together and professes her love. Daniel witnesses them. That night, Esther enters Daniel's room with a scalpel, frightening him. He pees himself. Kate and John take Esther to Dr. Browning. He says Esther is fine but claims Kate is the issue, feeling inadequate and projecting. John agrees. When they return home, they get news that Sister Abigail has disappeared since yesterday. Her body is found in the place Esther left her. A police officer tells Kate and John there are no suspects. Esther stands in her room, flicking her aquarium light and painting a disturbing picture of the family. Kate researches disturbed children online and shares with John. He refuses. She contacts the Russian orphanage. Esther has no records before her arrival in the US. The next day, Daniel sneaks into a treehouse. Esther sets it ablaze with him inside. He climbs onto the roof and falls. Esther watches as Kate rescues him. At the hospital, Daniel is seriously injured. Esther tries to smother him. Alarms go off. Doctors revive him and Esther is sedated. Kate begs John to keep Esther away from Max. John drinks whiskey alone. Esther, dressed like an adult, sits beside him and kisses him. John rejects her. She retreats in tears. The next morning, Kate receives a call from Sand Institute. Esther is not a child. She is an adult woman with a hormonal disorder causing her childlike appearance. She was a violent patient who killed at least 7 people. Kate races home. The house is dark. Esther ambushes John and stabs him to death. Kate arrives, finds John, then hears Max. She hides. Esther shoots at her but misses. Kate dodges and hides outside. Police arrive, but Esther is gone. Esther reappears, chasing Kate and Max across a frozen lake. She attempts to kill them. Kate fights back, pushing Esther through the ice. Max grabs a gun and shoots the ice open. Esther sinks beneath. She resurfaces, begging not to die. Kate delivers a savage kick, forcing her back under. It cuts to black. Thanks for watching the CineSnap review. If you loved this video, go ahead and like, share, and let me know your take in the comments, what resonates with you or what you'd like to see next. And if you're as passionate about movies as we are, don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell icon so you never miss a scene.